Hi everyone, I'm Kondesi Sandeep and welcome to my presentation. So for this project, I chose the article 2024 Cybersecurity Compliance and Governance Statistics and Trends by Ben Gebremeskel, which is published in October 2024. So I picked it because it gives a clear picture of how compliance and governance are evolving globally. One of the main points from the article is the rising severity of cyber attacks in 2023. Data breaches increased by 15%, and the average cost of a breach reached almost like $4.45 million. The article also projects that cybercrime damages could hit like almost $10.5 trillion annually by 2024. So these numbers really stood out to me because they show that cybersecurity is not just a technical issue, it's also financial and strategic. They make it clear why organizations must invest in strong governance and compliance frameworks. The article also focuses on the expansion of regulatory requirements. It notes that over 120 countries have introduced GDPR-like regulations, which shows how widespread these rules have become. In the US, California's CCPA or CPRA and the SEC's disclosure requirements push companies toward greater transparency. What I found interesting is how the article emphasizes that organizations need to be proactive, not reactive. It argues that adopting governance frameworks and improving risk visibility is key to surviving in this restricted regulatory environment. When I connect the article to Module 2, IT governance is the first concept that comes to mind. Governance ensures that IT strategies align with laws like GDPR, CCPA, and SEC requirements. The article reminded me of frameworks like COVID and enterprise risk management, which provide accountability and structure. I especially liked how the SEC's rules tie governance to reporting because it shows how boards and executives are directly responsible. To me, this demonstrates that governance is not just a technical function, it's a leadership and a strategic responsibility. The article also helped me think about cybersecurity from a risk-based perspective. With breach costs rising, risk assessment and audit readiness are critical. I connected this to frameworks like ISO 27001 and NIST, which help organizations build strong defenses. I believe the article reinforces Module 2's idea that cybersecurity is not just about tools, it's about governance models that anticipate risk and create accountability. For me, this showed how theory and practice come together to protect organizations against real world threats. Even though the article didn't focus heavily on data governance, I could clearly see its connection. Regulations like GDPR are all about data accuracy, privacy, and accountability. For me, this ties directly to Module 2's emphasis on data quality and governance. Organizations need practices like data inventories and breach reporting to stay compliant. I realized that data governance is more just a technical process, it's also a way to build trust with regulators, customers, and stakeholders. I also saw how the article connects with theoretical models we studied in Module 2. For example, the three lines of defense model stood out to me. IT, compliance officers, and auditors all share responsibility for cybersecurity. The article shows that governance works best when it's cross functional, involving executives as much as IT staff. This made me realize that governance frameworks aren't just abstract theories, they are practical tools that guide how companies should respond to risk. It was helpful to see theory applied to real-world governance and compliance issues. In conclusion, this article showed me how compliance, governance, and cybersecurity are becoming inseparable. Rising breach costs prove why risk management and governance structures must work hand in hand. I learned that regulatory expansions force organizations to be more transparent and accountable, which can strengthen trust. What I took away most is that the companies that embrace governance and compliance are better positioned for resilience and adaptability. To me, this shows that Model 2's concepts are not only theoretical, they are essential for organizations in today's digital world. These are my references, and thank you so much for listening to my presentation.